let's talk about the paternal ancestry of Pastor Apollo Quiboloy. Apollo Carrion Quiboloy was born on April 25, 1950 in Davao City. He was the youngest of 9 children and was the only one born in Davao. His parents were Kapampangan and moved back and forth between Lubao and Davao. Apollo spent his formative years in Lubao before he finished high school in Davao. Apollo graduated from the United Pentecostal Bible Institute in Manila. In the early 1970s, the pastor spent 4 years with the United Pentecostal Church of the Philippines, where he did evangelical work. He had issues with the UPCP and was even disfellowshipped for 1 year. In 1985, Quiboloy left the UCPC and founded the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, the name above every name. He began preaching in Agdao, Davao City with only 15 members. They now claim to have millions of members here and abroad. Generation 2, Apollo's parents were Jose Turla Quiboloy and Maria Carrion. Both were natives of Lubao, Pampanga, where they got married on January 7, 1926. His father Jose was also a pastor and was a leader during the early years of the United Pentecostal Church in Davao. When his family was still living in Santa Catalina, they attended the United Church of Christ in Lubao. I'm not sure if that's the same denomination. Iba yata. The wedding of Jose Jr., Apollo's kuya, was solemnized by Bishop Roberto P. Sonco, who happened to be the father-in-law of Jose Sr.'s kuya, Alejandro Quiboloy. Alejandro was an educator, a war veteran, a counselor of Lubao, and later in life, a minister of the United Church of Christ in the Philippines. Many of their family members have served their churches as a vocation. Generation 3, Apollo's paternal grandparents were Dionisio Manalili Quiboloy and Anastasia Turla, both natives of Lubao, where they got married on May 31, 1922. They were the parents of at least 6 sons. Dionisio was baptized at the San Agustin Parish Church in Lubao as a Catholic. It is very likely that the Quiboloy family was influenced to adopt the Protestant faith brought in by the Americans in the early 1900s. Generation 4, Apollo's great-grandparents were Cayetano Dabu Quiboloy and Cecilia de los Santos Manalili, both natives of Lubao. They had at least 6 sons and 4 daughters. Generation 5, Apollo's 2 times great-grandparents Mariano Quiboloy and Tomasa Dabu, they had at least 3 sons and 2 daughters. I found a baptismal record of their daughter Vicenta, which proves that their Catholic roots run deep, and that even in 1841, the family was already residing in Santa Catalina in Lubao. The pastor's ancestors used the surname Quiboloy or Quiboloy as early as 1828, predating the Catalogo Alfabetico de Apellidos of 1849. Their surname also appears in the catalog. According to genealogist Todd Lucero, it is possible that the name Quiboloy is rooted in Quibol, a Kapampangan word that means to throb. According to forebears, it is also possible that the name Quiboloy is rooted in the Cebuano word Quibol, that means to have a bobtail. Dahil marami akong labada today and I don't speak any of those languages, may homework kayo. Please find the etymology of the surname Quiboloy. Scholarly citations only, please. Research for me for a change.